Let me guess, you clicked on this video because you tried watching those Instagram reels, those TikTok shorts, or whatever you watched of boxers showing you these L steps, these pendulum steps, these types of footworks that supposedly will get you angle changes. But when you actually apply them and use them, it just looks like you L stepping out at the same time they're L stepping, and now both of you guys just wasted energy and you're still at the exact same angle to each other, and there's just no point to it. And you're wondering, man, how do I actually use this? Because you know it's usable, but you just don't know how to actually use it, and that's why you clicked on this video. I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm gonna show you 3 different principles of how angle changes actually work, and actually how like the main principles, right? There's probably other rule sets out there that are applicable, but I'm gonna go over the main ones that are going to be usable as soon as you learn them, right? And the first one is going to be, you have to either make them busy with your jab or distract them. And it doesn't have to be just your jab, just distract them with anything. So while you're trying to change an angle on someone, you're trying to get to this side, right? Let's say I'm trying to get to the right, so I land a nice cross to this guy, right? How am I going to get there safely? How am I going to get there safely and keep him busy so that he can't do the same thing and can't just angle out this way, or in this case it would be like this way, and then we're back to square one, right? How could I do that? The way I could do that is I could set it up with a jab. I keep him busy with the jab. Boom. He has to stay linear now. He has to stay linear, and I don't just stick that jab. I land it here and I let it stick, basically, right? Bow. Take this opportunity, angle change, bow. And he can't do anything because here's the thing. If I was him, this is what I would look like if someone was doing that to me. I'm eating the jab, basically, or I'm parrying it, or I'm doing whatever. But it doesn't matter because it's sticking to me. He's holding it to me, so I'm being pressed up against. So I'm off balance a little, and I can't take this opportunity to pivot because I might fall. And on top of that, if I pivot while he's holding his hand out, boom, I'm right into his cross now, and I'm off balance because the time he lands that cross is probably the same exact time I'm pivoting, so I might trip, right? So it's a bad opportunity for me. And let's say I want to stand still like this, right? He goes on to this side, crosses me. I have to block it by raising this up. That's going to open up my body, right? And it's all because we're not just doing it blindly. We're using the first principle, which is stick them with something. Keep them guessing, right? Keep them busy with something, right? So that's the first principle. Keep them busy with something, and then you can angle change freely, right? And you can use that property for anything, and not just the jab to a cross. You can use that for anything. You could jab, body hook while you're rolling, cross, and they can't really move out the way because they gotta block this. They gotta block the body shot, right? There's a lot of different examples out there, but I'm just going over the principles and giving you a couple examples, and that's it. Not going to be a long video. Next one is going to be to juke them out, right? You know how I said earlier about how I would see people doing this L step thing, and then their opponent would also do the L step, and they're in the same exact situation? How about this? How about you set that pattern that you're coming in, bow, bow, L step out, jab, jab, L step out. And they're doing the same exact thing. They're like, oh, parry, parry, L step. Parry, parry, L step. And they're keeping that pace. How about you set that pattern? You do it a couple times. They're used to it. They're like, okay, I see what this guy's doing. Jab, jab, L step. Jab, jab, L step. Obviously, don't make it too obvious. Blend it in with all other combinations and stuff like this. But keep the entry the same, right? And what you can do from there is you can do this exact same principle. Jab, jab, L step. They see the L step, they're like, oh, I'm an L step as well. So they end up probably like right around there, right? What you're gonna do is you're gonna jab, jab, L step, and then what you can do from here is juke them out. You're like, oh, I was gonna L step, but actually I'm staying in the same position, and you could come back with a cross, a hook, whatever, right? So what it would look like is like, bow, bow, boom, bow. While they're taking time to be like, oh, it's time to relax. He's not close to me yet. We're both L stepping back out. It's time for me to just like get used to this pattern because I'm used to it already. I know what he's doing. Pow. Immediately take that time where their brain has this mental freeze, like, oh, what is he doing next? because they're so used to that pattern and you suddenly breaking it to land a nice shot, right? Because now he's looking this way, but really I've just gone back over here, and now he has to turn his body like this. You know, it's a little hard to show you this properly because I have no partner, and I'm sure you have to do a lot of imagining to like catch up with what I'm saying, but bear with me, guys. I'm sorry, right? But yeah, that's the second principle, man. Juke them out, and this could be applied to a lot of different things. You know, you could use a mini zigzag for this, right? You could set another pattern like, let's say I'm a dart step a couple times. Bow, bow, bow. That's my pattern. That's how he constantly sees me changing angles on him. So next time, I'm gonna go bow, bow, right? Or maybe he sees me doing this bow, 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 right? That back and you know, that step over and back over. He sees that a couple times and he's like, okay, that's what he's doing, right? How about you set that pattern? Boom, boom, bow, boom, boom, bow, boom, boom, bow. And next time, you just hit him with the boom, bow, bow, a double step to the side. And that small little change could be the difference, because he could be like, okay, he's gonna step this way, he's gonna step this way, so I just gotta fire down this way because he's gonna come back. And while I'm firing, I could be getting countered, right? I know it's hard to keep up. But that's the second principle, guys. Freeze them, juke them out, however you want to call them. But you gotta set the pattern and then break it, right? First one, remember, it was give them something to deal with, right? Give them something to deal with. And that's when you're using that opportunity to change angles because they're off balance, or they're, you know, they have to stay there to physically block the moves and that stuff, right? We're going to the third one now. The third one is going to be to off balance them. And this is for the people who fight in rings and cages and that type of stuff, right? So let's say, for example, because I don't have an actual ring, this is a ring, right? Let's say, for example, I've gone cornered, right? I've got him cornered. And we're basically at this angle, right? Where we're both facing each other. And it's anyone's game, right? And I want to get a good angle on him. And it's hard for me to kind of do this, because if I do this, now this area is open for him, right? He can walk out that way. And it's hard for me to really do anything without, you know, like moving to any angle without him just escaping the other way. If I move this way, he's gonna move out this way. If I move out this way, he's gonna move out this way. And this is a good opportunity to use those jukes, those freezes. But what I want to show you specifically in this aspect is, let's say, for example, there's someone standing right here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stick him with something, but I'm not just gonna stick him with it, I'm gonna push him with it. So I'm gonna push him into the ring. So they're gonna be like, oh, jab, but boom, but it pushes him. And naturally what happens is they're like, okay, I'm in the corner, I gotta get out. And what happens is, if you hit them hard enough and it's like, you know, the material that the rings are made of, it'll bounce them back out, kind of, right? They can't just kind of stick it, like sit in here, right? They kind of just, boom, spring out a little bit. So when that happens, you gotta take that as an opportunity. Jab, push them, and then while they're off balance, because they're doing this little motion, come back into the fight, you're gonna use the opportunity to bow, angle change. And they can't escape this way because they're still trying to get to their bearings. They're still trying to get their feet back together. So the principle for this third one is mainly just off balance them by pushing them, shoving them, and then using the opportunity to angle change. A good example outside of the ring is like, let's say, for example, he's jabbing. This guy's jabbing right here. Bow, bow, right? I slip on his jabs. I come in. This is already angle change in of itself, right? But then I'm gonna use this opportunity to shove him, and while he's off balance, wow, angle change, body shot, right? Yeah. I mean, that's kind of it, guys. First one, remember, keep them distracted, keep them busy with something while you're using that opportunity. It's angle change, pow, 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 right? Keep them busy with other shots so that they can't move, and if they do move facing you, it's actually to a disadvantage to them, right? Because that's just gonna open them up. For example, like let's say someone's coming in with a jab, roll cross, like I explained earlier. I'm gonna be eating that jab, he's going to be rolling this side. If I want to turn to him, it's probably going to be too late because he's already across me. And if he crosses me while I'm turning, it's probably a bad idea because I'm going to be off balance, right? And if I decide to just eat the jab and block it like this, my body opens up, right? So, gotta be mindful of those types of things, right? So remember, guys, also set patterns, right? Remember to set patterns like boom, boom, L step, or boom, boom, L step, come back in. Give them that time in their brain where they're like, okay, I'm used to what this guy's doing. I'm getting comfortable with it. And then immediately break that pattern by using some different type of footwork and juke them out, like really juke them out. Like let's say, for example, earlier, like I showed another one, right? If I dart step this side 2 times, right? He's like, okay, he starts stepping 2 times, then he's throwing. Let him get used to that. And then you'll dart step only once, act like you're about to go over here again, really come back down the middle, right? Keep them guessing, keep them on their feet. And remember the third one, off balance them. Bow, bow, right? Use the opportunity while they're getting their feet down because they can't throw if their feet are not in the ground. And even if they do throw, it's not gonna be a powerful punch, right? Remember, off balance them, take the opportunity while they're off balance to angle change, especially using these pendulum steps and stuff like that, right? You master these 3 principles and you understand where they're applied, you're gonna be so much better, right? Obviously, there are other principles when it comes to angle changing that I did not cover, such as like, when it comes to slipping and using an opportunity to come in and do all that stuff, but man, that would be incredibly hard for you to understand, especially if I don't have a training partner here that I can demonstrate on, right? So I'm just gonna let that to, give that to the pros or someone else, right? Hope you guys watched this video to its completion, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns over how sweaty I am right now, please leave that comment down in the description below. And yeah, peace.